episode of Comics Review. I'm your host, Kevin Starkey. The first comic I want to talk about today is 27. This is issue number 2 from Image Comics. And I talked about number 1 about a month ago, a week ago, I forget how long ago it was. Great artwork in this comic. I really like the art in here. The writing is good, the story is great. Just a quick summary of it. It's about, I guess they take the premise that a lot of musicians die at the age of 27, and I guess Kurt Cobain was 27, and Jimi Hendrix, and then they imply that there's others that you probably know of, which I don't really know of any, but I don't think that's important. So there's a guy in here who's a guitar player, and he hurts his hand, and he's unable to play guitar. And he's seeking help from doctors, and he finds a guy that does some weird ritual that sort of gives him his hand back for a little bit at least. And in this issue you find out more about that, and the guy that did it actually died when he performed that ritual. And in this issue, the cops that are investigating that death come to Will Garland is the name of the drummer. The guitarist. They come to his house and ask him questions. What was he doing in this area? They have a photo of him in that area from like a traffic camera or something. And he doesn't really tell them what he was doing down there, that he knows anything about it. And it just takes some neat turns in here, and you learn a little bit. There's something going on with dead animals. He was near a dead bird, and it started to do something weird. I'm not sure where they're going with that. It's a neat story. I can't wait to see where they're going to go with it. I mean, it's only a 4-issue series, so there's only 2 left. Definitely pick that up. It's kind of a strange story, but I'm kind of digging it. The next comic I want to talk about is iZombie by Vertigo. This is number 9, and I've been collecting this one since issue 1. At first I thought the artwork is very sort of retro or something. I don't know what you'd call it. Weird colors, almost like a 1960s style coloring and artwork. I thought it was going to be a cool zombie kind of a thing, and it's turned into just a weird story. There's a lot of vampires, there's all sorts of weird stuff going on, and it really got even more weird in this. The one girl, Gwen, who's a zombie, she's a zombie. It's so bizarre, it's so confusing. There's these guys that are hunting vampires and I guess other supernatural beings or whatever, and Gwen goes on a date with one of them, and they go and play putt-putt. It's really bizarre, and then they end up kissing at the end here. It's kind of gross. She's dead, and I don't know. It's taking a weird turn, and I think I'm really close to dropping this comic. I thought it was going to be kind of neat, but it's just kind of weird, and I'm not enjoying it anymore, so that was probably getting yanked from my pull list. This next one I want to talk about, this is by Image Comics. This is The Walking Dead Weekly. They started re-releasing the series on a weekly basis, I guess, since the TV show came out, and it's doing pretty good. I think they were thinking that maybe a lot of people who haven't jumped onto the series might do so if they re-release them. And I'm definitely one of those people that would do that. This is cool because I knew what the story was about, and then I saw the TV show and I really liked it. And this issue number 1, it follows really close to what the TV show did, so I'm enjoying that a lot because it's almost like the exact same thing. So they did a really good job, in my opinion, on the TV show. If this is just like the original number 1 issue that came out, it's a black and white comic about zombies. I'm loving it. If you're a zombie fan and you wanted to collect this series, but I think they're on like issue number 70 something right now. Definitely jump on now. It's a great time to grab them. I'm really going to be a fan for sure. And the last comic I want to talk about this week is Who is Jake Ellis? This is issue number 1 of 5. And this one, let me see, the artist on this, the writer is Nathan Edmondson, and the artist is Tanyan. It almost looks like a Czech name. The artwork is really cool in here. It reminds me of the Killer series. Really cool action. There's a shot in here that shows the guy getting shot at and ducking, and the bullet just like barely missing his head. It almost reminded me of this comic. It's kind of a crime genre comic. It reminded me of like The Bourne Identity, James Bond, Human Target, those kind of series. There's this guy, I guess he's a killer or something, and there's a weird element to it because there's this guy that I guess no one else can see, who he's this guy here. He's telling the main character here what to do. Like, these guys are about to kill you. You need to act now. You need to do this. And then he's in a hotel, and he's like, these guys are about to bust through the door. You need to get out the window and jump. You need to jump down. And then the guy's always there. So, they don't show him doing any of these things, but it's very bizarre. I don't know what's going on with that part of the story. It's going to be neat to see what it is. Is he just imagining this guy, or what the heck's going on there? So he's basically on the run now since he killed those 2 guys in the beginning. So I don't really know what to say more about this. It's really cool. I like the art. The writing's good. And there's a weird thing going on there that I don't know what's going on there. So that's kind of cool. Here's the rest of my comics for this week that I picked up that I haven't read yet. This is Doc Macabre, issue number 2. That's by IDW. I'm enjoying that series. That's by Steve Niles. Billy the Kid. This is a long title. Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities and the Ghastly Fiend of London. This is issue number 4 of 4. So that's been a cool series. I'm anxious to see how they end that one. Here's a Boondock Saints number 2. That's by 12 Gauge Comics. I really like them. Edge of Doom. This is another IDW. This is another Steve Niles comic. That's issue number 3 of something. I forget what it is, but that's a cool weird story. Sweets number 4 of 5. This is by Image Comics. That's a cool series. The Suicide Forest IDW. This is number 2. Really weird, neat story there. And Rider on the Storm, number 2 of 3 by Radical. That's a cool series. And then this is a weird one I just wanted to pick up. Weird Worlds number 1 by DC. It's got Lobo on the front there. I used to be a Lobo fan back in the late 90s. I really liked Lobo. And I thought, well, I'll just check him out, see what's going on with Lobo these days. It's a new series starting up, I think. So, just thought I'd pick it up and check it out. And that's it for this week. Please leave a comment here on YouTube or over on my blog at twodognight.net and let me know what you're reading this week. Have you read any of the comics I picked up? And I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.